Hello, Jessica Frost Ballas here with a video for lawnfawn. Today I've created a cheery Valentine's Day shaker card using some of the new products from the Valentine's release, so let's get started. I stamped the adorable porcupine couple from Porcu-Pine for You with Copic-friendly black ink. I colored them using one of my favorite Copic combos, E40, 70, 71, 74, and 77. I start with my lightest shades first, and then add shadows with the darkest shade. Then I lengthen those shadows with the lighter shades, and finally I blend it all together with my lightest color. I use R00 and 02 for their ears, noses, and cheeks. Once I'm done coloring, I die cut them with the coordinating die. Off camera, I also stamp the sentiment from Porcu-Pine for You onto black licorice cardstock and heat emboss it with gold embossing powder. Next, I take an A2 panel of white cardstock and tape it to the heart layer of the new heart wreath stencil. Then I blend spun sugar, picked raspberry, and lumberjack plaid distress oxide inks over the stencil. I use a small blending brush to get into the tiny images. I use the different colors for the various hearts and then go back and add more spun sugar to cover up any of the dots that I missed. I don't stress too much about overlapping these colors as they all blend really nicely together. Once I'm done, I remove that stencil layer and dry the ink with my heat gun for a few seconds. Then I use the embossed markings on the second stencil layer to line up the foliage of the heart wreath. You'll be able to see exactly where to line up your stencil, and then I tape it in place. For this layer, I'm using gold paste. I use a spatula to apply small amounts and carefully drag the spatula over the stencil, making sure to cover all the openings. Then I remove the stencil, wash it, and let the panel dry. Once the panel is totally dry, I arrange the porcupines and sentiment over the heart wreath and then adhere them with foam mounting tape. You could definitely stop here and call it a day, but I wanted to add a little more interactivity to my card. I'm using a shaker pocket to create an edge-to-edge shaker. I place my card panel down in the center of the shaker pocket and then remove the adhesive backing from 3 sides of the pocket. I fold those down carefully and adhere them to the back of my card panel. Then I use the opening to fill the shaker with tiny hearts, gold confetti, and a few tiny seed beads. The seed beads aren't super noticeable, but they help keep the other elements moving. I also like adhering the colored image and sentiment with foam mounting tape because it gives a little height to the shaker, which also helps the shaker bits move freely. Then I add adhesive to the back of the card panel and adhere it to a top folding card base to create a thin shaker card that doesn't require layers of foam mounting tape. And that's it! I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the lawnfawn channel for even more crafty inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day and happy crafting. Bye!